Next will be our treasurer, Brian Nava. Brian, come on up. Ready, sir?
Yep.
I, Brian Nava,
I, Brian Nava,
having been duly elected
to the office
of Clackamas County Treasurer,
of Clackamas County Treasurer,
do solemnly swear
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Oregon,
of the State of Oregon,
and I will faithfully
and honorably
perform the duties
of
the Clackamas County Treasurer
to
to the best of my ability.
the best of my ability.
Sign here.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. Treasurer, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. I'm nervous and excited, and so I hope you bear with me as I kind of fumble through a few minutes here that I have with you guys tonight. First, thank you, Judge Wetzel, for so graciously performing this ceremony. I'd like to congratulate my fellow elected officials and colleagues who are being sworn in, Commissioner Ben West, Commissioner Paul Savis, Clerk Catherine McMullen, Assessor Bronson Rueda, and Justice of the Peace Karen Brisbane. I look forward to continuing to work collaboratively with each of you and the other elected officials at Clackamas County. First, some thanks to give. I want to thank my former Deputy Treasurer, Nancy Wilson, for her years of service and friendship in and outside of the county. The Treasurer's Office would not be the same without her service of 22 years here at the county. I know her and Scott and the dogs are enjoying her retirement in the trailer, at the beach, and at Sisters, all their other adventures. I want to also acknowledge my predecessor, trusted mentor, colleague, and most importantly, friend, Sherry Anderson, who so capably served as Clackamas County Treasurer for 20 years. Sherry continues to be a wealth of information and knowledge for me. She has provided nothing but valuable guidance and useful insight during my time as treasurer. Without Sherry's leadership and mentoring, I would not be in this role today. I truly am thankful for everything she continues to do for me, the Treasurer's Office, and Clackamas County. And thanks to all of you for attending. A little background about myself. After graduating from Linfield College, I worked for the Secretary of State Audits Division for 12 years. I came to Clackamas County in 2015 as the first appointed internal auditor. I like to be involved in our community. Some of my hobbies include participating at Rotary, being involved with our Chambers of Commerce, serving on the Children's Center Board, Clackamas Repertory Theater Board, coaching youth, and more. For those who don't know, I'm also a volunteer firefighter for the Canby Fire Department and have been so since 2009. And because of my background 4 years ago at this same event, I joked about being pretty well versed in putting out both actual fires and financial fires when they occur, but I'm still not sure which one's more difficult. I am honored to stand before you as I begin my second term as Clackamas County Treasurer. You and our residents are served by hardworking staff in the Treasurer's Office performing treasury and internal audit functions. We are small, but we are mighty. I am truly grateful to work with such great people. So what do I say about the last 4 years? Like many of you, it has been the most challenging period of my career, but I am happy to say it has also been the most rewarding. Because of COVID, I watched my colleagues roll their desktops out of the office on chairs, and I'll admit to being anxious with questions filling my head. Would our computers work effectively and efficiently from home? Will it be challenging for my colleagues to even work from home? Can we continue to provide great service? I can tell you what, I've never been so proud to work with such a dedicated, smart, capable, and maybe most importantly, supportive staff and colleagues. At every obstacle, at every disaster, at every challenge, and there were many, we stepped up. A lot of late nights, long phone calls, and even long chats on this new program you might have heard of called Zoom. We truly modeled the term coined by Rotarians of service above self. And as a public servant for my entire career, I'd like to take a minute to talk about that term, service above self. Now, I didn't plan this, but a good Rotarian friend of mine, veteran, and just overall great human being, Larry Mosley, is in the audience, and he talked about a couple weeks ago about what it means to do or be service above self. And it made me think, what does service above self mean to me as your county treasurer? I've learned service above self cannot be done alone. So when I say service above self, it's not just me I'm talking about. I'm talking about my family who supported me so I could support my colleagues to do the great work we do. I'm talking about my mother-in-law and father-in-law who we lost these recent years, who put up with this sarcastic dummy. And then when we said, I have this sick baby that can't go to daycare, but we got to get to work at the county, and with no questions asked, they took our kids. When I say service above self, I'm reminded of the story of JFK talking to the janitor at NASA, and JFK asked him, what do you do for NASA? And the janitor, who was mopping the floor at the time, said, well, Mr. President, I'm helping put a man on the moon. The Treasurer's Office is putting a man on the moon. When I say service above self, I think about the transportation workers on Mount Hood moving the snow and ice so you and your families can make it safe, make it home safe. When I say service above self, I'm talking about my colleagues at Health, Housing, and Human Services who week after week put on trainings, show compassion to those in need, and wave signs on the corners of the streets to tell people you matter, because you do. When I say service above self, I think about my friends in the jail and out on patrol. My biggest worry is a paper cut. Theirs is, will they be home to see their families tomorrow morning? And last but not least, when I say service above self, I think of my friends behind the scenes, some of them who are here tonight, PGA, HR, Finance, County Council, Facilities, County Administration, TS, and many more. I want to let you know I see you, my friends. I appreciate all you do. And you and us, we are putting a man on the moon. I look forward to continuing to serve the people of Clackamas County with dignity, integrity, and excellence. On my new term as treasurer, here are my priorities. Continue our prudent investing by ensuring funds are safe, liquid, and achieve the best yield possible. Continue to train our cash handlers on good cash controls throughout the county. Continue to produce accurate and timely tax distributions so our cities, schools, water districts, fire districts, and all the other 100+ taxing districts can operate without interruption. Increase transparency and accountability of county operations, work to increase secure electronic payments, saving the county and our residents time and money. But anything I do here at Clackamas County couldn't be done without the love and support of my family and friends. They have been an inspiration to me and motivate me daily. Without their love and support, today would not have been possible. Many friends offered to help with my campaign by knocking on doors and bringing out old signs to put in their yards. My first sign was written on the back of a pizza box with love. If you get close enough to the sign, I think you can still smell the pepperoni. My parents and siblings and in-laws have always been there through thick and thin to provide a hug when I was down or a gentle or sometimes not so gentle nudge when I needed correction. And to my sisters who are teachers and all the teachers out there, the perseverance and Herculean effort you perform to switch and try to teach kids, including my kids, online in a matter of months, you never cease to amaze me. To my mom, thank you for showing me to lead with your heart and compassion. And to my dad, thank you for showing me how important it is to work hard and to show up every day. To my kids, Braxton and Leilani, who probably didn't know what their dad was doing 4 years ago and why the heck their mom let him do it. I knew the day would come when my kids would have to take care of me. I did not think it would come so soon. When I talked before about people stepping up to the challenges of COVID and disasters upon disasters, I think we all know that adjusting to the new world came at a cost of time with our family, a cost of our own mental health, and a cost of our own well-being and self-care. Finding a new work-life balance, and only in a matter of days, was difficult. Dining tables became workspaces, small side spaces became classrooms. For my wife and me, it was our kids that helped us during those long and late days, who would come over and close our laptops and take us out for our evening walks, throw the ball, or just relax with us on the couch. Braxton and Leilani, I thank you and I love you. For my wife and me, and last but not least, to my wife, who had the unfortunate luck to share the other end of the dining room table with me that we affectionately called our shared desk and office. Megan, thank you for being my strength when I need it. Thank you for giving me confidence when I have none. You're the most supporting and caring wife, and I can never thank you enough for what you do for me and our family. You're my rock in the stormiest of seas, and I feel I never thank you enough for being the greatest support. I am the luckiest in love and the happiest husband by my wife's side. They say you never know what comes after happily ever after, but I do. You've made my life a fairy tale, and I'm so grateful to have such a wonderful wife and life, and I love you forever. Once again, thank you all for being here tonight, and thanks to the people of Clackamas County for putting their trust into me to continue to protect the public's interest and help improve Clackamas County. Thank you.